just bringing it down and finishing it, because you've got nobody within 2 or 3 yards of you as the best option.
Oh, Fernandes, it's there for Xerxes! It's there for Manchester United! Forster taking a risk! Oh dear me!
Oh, that's an awful clearance by Forster. Salah! Well, Fraser Forster had a bit of a nightmare on Thursday night against Manchester United in a game where the goalkeepers had pretty torrid, it must be said.
We've got two very different calls coming up, and I think I may even get them to talk to one another, because let's start with Paul, who was at the game today. Evening, Paul.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Paul.
How are you feeling after that, Paul?
Yeah, I just thought that some of the fans early doors were a little bit overcritical at Fraser, when it took a lot of guts for him to carry on playing the way he did out from the back. You know, he made a mistake literally in the first couple of minutes. Everyone's like having a go at him, and then he did it again. And I think sometimes we don't realise how much guts it takes to carry on playing in the way that the manager wants the guys to play.
That's true. There's no doubt about that. But Fraser, I manage Fraser, so I know personally. I know him well, and he's a person that is not actually exudes confidence. You know, he needs confidence in him, and when you've got confidence in him, he's an outstanding goalie. Those mistakes will really hurt him. And as you say, he put it straight on the chest of Salah or Diaz. I can't remember which striker it was.
Great football.
Yeah, and that set the tone a little bit for a very nervous display from him. But you know, the problem you have a little bit is that he's exposed. I mean, your whole back four's exposed. He's exposed. He's not a goalkeeper that naturally wants to come off his line either. He's not quick out of the box. So all those combinations actually made it a very difficult afternoon for him.
Yeah, no, I get it. I think, you know, you want to play players to their strengths, don't you? But yeah. I suppose I was pretty impressed the fact that it didn't sort of dent his confidence. And I suppose, you know, Pards, when you're following instructions from the manager, you get you're in a rock and a hard place, aren't you?
You're absolutely right.
What you do or you don't. And I felt fair play to him. He did actually carry on taking risk, and it takes a lot of guts, you know, and a lot of bottle to do that.
Well, Paul, I want to just pat you on the back for that, mate, to actually understand that when you're a professional footballer and you can imagine, everyone says, oh, you got all these luxuries, you know, the lifestyle and everything else that goes with it. The pain that you suffer, you know, and it's, you know, internally when social media is on your case and you're getting hammered and your family are getting hammered, and Fraser Forster's had a tough week as it is, and you're right to pat him on the back, mate, because it was a brave performance. And if I was him afterwards, I'd have gone in the dressing room and he would have been the one that I was talking about, really. If I was Fraser today, I'd have gone and said, Gaffer, seriously, mate, you put us at risk there. We were massively exposed today. The tactics,
Mate,
and that's
a little
true.
stroke to you as well, because I do have a privileged position. Because my brother, you manage my brother, so Lee Sandler, and he always said great things about you as a bloke. And
that's very kind.
You did a lot for him when he was at Reading. So thank you, mate, for being the bloke you are as well, and appreciating how tough it is sometimes to be at that level.
You know what, Paul? I think the fact that you understand the game from that angle is why you probably have a more empathic viewpoint. I think some people, like Pard said, when they're talking about the callers come on here, the luxuries, hang about they get paid this much money. So it's almost like a human error can't happen when it can. Thank you, great call, Paul. Let's go over to